Good afternoon, good morning, good evening, everybody. Glad you made it to today's session. Happy to see all the familiar faces and some new faces as well. Today's session will be done by Hendrik, but before we go into the details, let's open up the chat and write down where our feet are touching the ground at the moment. Abu Dhabi, the Netherlands.
I think a few of us have already put ours in. Well, to see if you scroll back up, you'll probably find a lot of them there.
Okay, thanks for that. Heads up, Louisiana, VA, Serbia, Mexico City, Michigan, USA, Montreal, all over the world. Our spots of light working together to making this a beautiful session. Today's session will be hosted by Hendrik. I'm the tech support for today, and I will kindly ask our founder of this Light Warrior tribe to enjoy us with her love and light. Inken, over to you.
Thank you very much. Welcome, everyone. My name is Inken, and I'm one of your hosts of the Light Warrior Collective, sending you lots of love and light from Abu Dhabi. Congratulations for being here with us today. It's Sunday. It's time for empowerment meditation. It's time for connection, and I'm very happy to see all your faces. And I'm very excited for Hendrik today because our wonderful brother, my German brother, he is gifting us today with something very special with the Yogic Flow empowerment session, and I can't wait to start. So I would love to invite you to be curious, to be connected, and to be a great receiver for this one. So just please open your channels for what he has prepared, and Hendrik, start.
Thank you, Inken, and welcome all from my side. Yeah, we were talking about who does what and what to do and what to share with you. And inside of the pandemic craziness last year, I was gifted with a yoga teacher training all of a sudden because everything got canceled and I was in Portugal already and it was right around the corner. So I just drove a couple of hours south and became a yoga teacher last year. Hatha yoga, Kundalini yoga, Tantra yoga teacher. So it's a very energy and self-reflective, self-awareness practice. And I've done it almost every day since, and I'm teaching here at this spot. Since I'm here 7 months ago, I kind of stranded here. I wanted to be at this beautiful place in North Germany for a week. After a day, I said I stayed 2 weeks. By the end of the first week, I stayed here until the end of the year. And now this is my last month, and I'm going to leave by the end of this month. And it was the first weekend I was here, coming right away from the yoga teacher training, and we had some guests like, cool, now there's going to be Sunday yoga with Hendrik. And pretty much now every Sunday there has been Sunday yoga with Hendrik. So I did my yoga practice this morning. I'm getting up with 5 a.m. thanks to Wolfgang, who's also in this room. And then I taught an hour of yoga this morning, and now I'm here with you. And as promised, no worries, this is not going to be a full-on blown yoga session. First of all, yoga, I very much follow the Ashtanga Yoga sevenfold path. So the yoga practice is not so much about physical exercise. Yoga, who here knows what yoga means? It's the meaning of yoga, the word. Anyone has an idea? Write it in the chat. What's the meaning of the word yoga when you translate it into English? To connect within. It's unity. The word yoga in English means unity. That's why it's a religion, right? It's a spiritual path, and it's not owned by everyone. That's anyone. That's why there's so many different yoga styles and so many different yoga practice, because it's the unity with life, and it's translated very differently. And they're very, very, very different yogic paths. And Tantra, so to give some insights here, does someone know what Tantra means if you translate it? It's called weaving together, or when you have this weaving chair. Tantra means connecting things. Who here worked with chakras before in the room? If you have, yeah, that chakras are Tantra. Chakras were, the language of chakra was invented in the tantric period of yoga. So that's, in the West, Tantra is very much sexualized and put into that one corner, which is part of it, because Tantra is a life-affirming practice. It says we're very positive life. We work with the energies in the living moment in there. We connect the higher spirit above and with the Mother Earth. We liberate up and we manifest down. We're playing with the different energies in this life, in this lifetime here. And we weave the different pieces together. We weave the different energies together, the different ways of being. That's what Tantra is about in the practice I'm coming from. And that's what this yoga does as well. So what we're doing today is how I do a yoga flow. So we're going to do a little dedication in a moment, because that's how I start every yoga practice. And just arrive here. Then we will go into a little asana practice, and no worries, we're not going to do crazy asanas. We're really going to do asanas you all can do standing. It's not a lot of stretching. It's more about arriving in the different energy centers in your body, and we're going to go all the way to the heart. And then we're going to sit down, and then we're going to do some pranayama, which is breathing, which is after you do the physical piece. First is life practice in yoga, then comes the physical part with the asanas, then comes pranayama, and then comes redrawing of the senses, which is the piece before meditation. So we're going to do a little, passive meditation. That's how people who might have been in contact with Mindvalley knows that this is how Vishen calls it, passive and active meditation. And we close with a little active meditation. So the whole thing was going to take roughly 40 minutes, and then we should be done right before the hour. So this is something I do every day, and the idea is really to just introduce yoga to you in a different way. That's why it's called Yogic Flow, and that flow of arriving, little physical work, breathing, withdrawing the senses, meditation, and then really through that moving the energies and weaving the different pieces of us together. So thank you for being here and receiving that gift. And this is the first time ever for me doing this virtually, and we played around. Inken and Varda was like, I have different cameras, and we nerded a bit around here. So forgive if anything goes wrong or my mic dies in the middle of the way. I have 2 backup mics. And let's play and have fun and just really be present with you and just notice, see what you can find inside of you. And if you have water, drink a sip of water. Just arriving here. And close your eyes. And just connect with your breath. And take a deep breath in through the nose, out through the mouth, and leave the past behind you. Everything that happened today, everything that happened the past days, leave it behind. Another deep breath. And leave the future in front of you. One more deep breath. And arrive here, right now, in this moment. Bring your hands in a prayer position to your heart. Let's dedicate this practice that's time to gather here on this Sunday to something higher than ourselves, something divine. Whatever that is for you, that might be Gaia, the universe, God, Allah, Shiva, Shakti, whatever resonates with you and where you can find the divine inside of you. Connect with that peace. And dedicate the fruits of this practice this day to that divine. And then we get up. If you're sitting, come into a standing position. If you have headphones in, just unplug them and hear this loud, that you can stand freely. And then we're going to do like 2-3 little warm-up exercises to get our body going. So just lift up the left leg and then rotate your left foot to the side, to the outside, and rotate also your arms to the outside, warming up the ankles of the body. A lot of meridians are placed in those joints. And then in the opposite direction. And place the left foot down, lift the right one up. Same procedures, rotating outwards. And rotating inwards. And then just place down and close your eyes and just notice. Can you feel a difference? Is there a difference in your joints or somewhere else in your body? Maybe you feel like a widening, tingling, or just some kind of focus in that area of your body. And then we breathe in, rotating our shoulders back. And breathe out, rotating our shoulders forward. In, backwards. Out, forward. And again, stop and feel into that activation. Feel a difference there. And we lean our head forward and rotate it to the right, over our shoulder, over our back. Feel a stretch in the back when our head is forward, and in our throat when it's back. On the sides, activating that joint that holds our head, connects it there. And then rotate in the opposite direction. And that gets still. Just pause the rotation, stand straight, and just feel in to that activation. Can you feel a difference in your neck, in your throat? Widening or tingling. And then we wake the body up and start a little rotation down into our ankles first. A little vibration, a little shaking there. Shaking, moving up our knees. Moving up to our hip, the shaking. And then also shake your hands and arms, shoulders. And you can also shake your head. And then if anything wants to come out, just let it out. Shaking is beautiful to let any tension and fear out of the body. It just releases everything. And let out the sighs. And then shake, focus on the hip. Any fears that might reside in the hips, just shake it out of the hip. Anything that's on the chest, anything on the heart, shake it out there. And the head, any judgments that fly around there, shake them out of our head. And then one last shake, just and then get still and feel in again. Maybe there's a tingling flowing over your skin. Your hands or feet might be activating. Maybe you have energy flowing up your spine. And then we're gonna move into the asana part of this flow. Now we do the most difficult asana we're gonna do all day, which is a forward bend. And to take any fears of anyone here in the room who has done forward bends, I'm a yoga teacher. This is how far I go down. I have short tendons, so I cannot reach the ground. So either you can put a pillow, what I tend to do, in front of you, or you simply put your hands on your knees, upper legs, or on your chins, and just lie down forward, legs straight. I always like to put a little micro bend into my knees, because then I'm stretching everything and not just my tendons. And then we breathe in, connecting to our feet. And breathing energy from the earth up our legs, through our feet, into our root, into the perineum, end of our spine. And when we breathe out, we breathe that energy over our back, our shoulders, down our arms, back, down to Mother Earth through our hands. And just arrive here. Connecting to Earth. Breathing in that energy through the feet. Into your root. Breathing out. Letting that energy spread through the body. And you can see, if you can tune into something like groundedness, stability, abundance. It's all lies in this part of the body. Breathing the energy up, the abundance, the stability up, and let it spread through the entire body. If any resistance comes up, any fears, just notice them and be present with them, and then with the out breath, give them back to Mother Earth. Breathe stability, abundance up, and any kind of fears, insecurities down, back to Mother Earth. Everything that you feel is fine and beautiful and perfect. Two more breaths. And then vertebra by vertebra, come back up. Into a standing position. And then just, again, close your eyes. Can you notice a difference in your state? Is there something like abundance, stability, groundedness inside of you? Can you notice a difference to before when we were shaking and now? And now we're going to do a little variation of cat-cow, which a friend of me told me, and she names it the beaver. So what you do, you bend your knees slightly down and you put your hands on your knees above your kneecaps. And then we do a cat-cow breathing, which is breathing in, pushing the shoulders back, belly pushing forward, hip pushing out. And then breathing out, you push the hip in and the back down to bowing, like making a little bridge with your back. In, pushing it backwards, shoulders back, belly in, belly out, breathing out, shoulders in. And you can imagine, I love that you have like a beaver tail swinging at the edge of your spine, back and forward with you. Swinging back and forward. And then feel into that activation of the hip and the spine. Activating our second chakra, where our flexibility lies, pleasure and joy, all here. And if there's something like that coming up, just let it show up on your face. And let that flowing feeling, flexibility and joy, pleasure just flow all over you, through you. Notice any resistance, shame, guilt. And just let it be there, whatever shows up. Breathing in flexibility and joy and letting go of any guilt and shame. Two more breaths. And then come back up standing straight. And again, notice any difference in your being. Just some breathing and movement, and there might be a difference in how we are right now, how we feel, even activation of the spine and hip. Next, we're going to do the chair pose combined with Bhastrika. So we're going to go in the chair first, which is sitting down like you're sitting on the chair, lifting up your arms, breathing inside the belly. That's where we're arriving first. Tuning into strength, courage, decisiveness, our inner fires here. And Bhastrika, for that we breathe in and out impulsively with the nose. When we breathe in, we extend our belly and our diaphragm, and then we breathe out, we push it in. So your belly goes in, up and down, up and down. This is how it looks and sounds. You find your own speed, staying in the chair, up the hands. If you want to, you can put the hands together and look up, and then we do some Bastrika. Coming back up, standing straight. Put your arms next to you. And then push your perineum together, area between your intimate area and your butt. That's the Muladhara, the Muladhara Bandha. Pushing that up, pushing the energy up that we just created, moving it up. And then we do some Uddiyanada Bandha, which is pushing in the diaphragm when we breathed out. You can do this standing, but it's often easier to lean forward a bit. Just lean forward a bit and put your hands on your knees. And then you breathe out completely. And when you breathed out completely, you push in your diaphragm. So it really feels like you're pushing your diaphragm and your belly inside through your torso. And keep your back straight, and then we move that energy that we just created, moving it up towards our head, towards our heart. So breathing in, breathing out completely, and then hold. And then relax the belly first before you breathe in, otherwise you get that weird sound I just made a second ago. Breath in between. And if you want, and it's easier for you, you can also do this standing up. Or you find what position is easier for you. Breathe out. And then diaphragm up. Focus on the belly. Then focus on the heart. And you can even focus on the throat or the third eye, or even up to your crown. Bandhas are very, very powerful, so be conscious and just go as far as it feels right for you. One more. And then feel in, sense in a bit. Maybe there's an activation, energy flowing up or upward flow. Maybe your head got a bit warmer. Or still some fire from that fire breath from a moment ago. And then we go into the last asana for this practice here today. For that, we bring our feet close to each other, almost touching, just barely not touching. And then feel like there's a thread coming from above, pulling up your head, straightening your back. And then that we go into prayer pose, arms together on your torso. The toes are like really pushing towards your sternum and then pushing up a bit, really connecting to the heart. And then we breathe in and out through our heart. Really connecting there. And that feeling of lightness. Connecting to that love, gratitude, empathy, See if you can tune into that unconditional love, that lightness, dancing with life, flowing with life. And if any resistance shows up, just let it be there. Be present with it, tune in with that. Breathing into love, unconditional love, empathy, and lightness. And breathing out, letting go of anything, any cynicism, hurt. Breathing in that love. And breathing out any blockades. You can even let go of the breath and just see if you can tune into something like unconditional love. Love with yourself, self-love, love with others in the world. And then let go of the asana and just feel in for a moment to how this feels, how are you right now? Just notice that. Notice what is alive in your body, in your emotional body, in your mental body. How is it different to before? And then find a seat, either your chair or sitting on the couch, wherever it is right for you right now. And then we're going to do some Maha Yoga Pranayama, which is called the full yogic breath, which is one of the most basic pranayamas and a very powerful one because it completely fills you up with prana and energy and life essence, and then we release and really recycle everything. So how this works, we breathe in through the nose. We first breathe in our belly, then we breathe in into our chest, and then into the last bit of the shoulders. You can rise up the shoulders a bit. It's like the last 2%. And we hold the air for long as comfortable. And then we breathe out through the mouth. First shoulders, then chest, and then belly. And then we hold the emptiness for a bit. And the first one or two we're going to do together, and then just go into your own speed. We're going to do this for 10 minutes. So just arrive in this moment here, and then we breathe in through the nose, first belly, then chest, then shoulders, and hold. And breathe out, shoulders, chest, belly, and hold the emptiness. And then again in. Belly, chest, shoulders, and hold. In and out. Shoulders, chest, belly. And now in your own speed, fill up the lungs completely. Hold that fullness. Release any tensions in your body with the breath out. When you're breathed in completely, you can also visualize that breath, that energy, healing any tensions or anything that's like it's a blockade in you. And then release that tension, blockade with the breath out, giving it back to the earth for being recycled, reused. And if you get distracted, just come back to the breath. Breathing in that fresh energy, letting it heal you, recharge you. Breathing out anything that no longer serves you, back to the earth, to be transmuted, to be transformed. One more cycle. And then just return to your normal breath. And see if you can notice that moment just before we breathe out. That second of silence, of pause. And see if you can notice then again on the other side, just that moment before we breathe in. Just stay where you are right now. Just let your breath be normal, eyes closed. Noticing that moment of stillness before we breathe in and before we breathe out. Just staying with your breath. Not changing anything, not making that moment any longer or shorter. Just noticing it. And when your mind jumps in, just notice that. Notice and appreciate that thought, and then come back to your breath. Just notice again that moment of stillness before we breathe in and before we breathe out. You have the power to always come back to this moment, to arrive in stillness and calm just by noticing that pause when we breathe in, before we breathe out, when we breathe out, before we breathe in. And we let go of that focus as well. Just sit in stillness for a moment. Just notice how you feel right now. What are you sensing? And we're going to do a little relaxation. If you feel like it, you can lie down for this, or just like slide back in your chair And if you sit in a beautiful meditation posture, you can just stay where you are if you're comfortable there, as long as you're comfortable. You can lie down on your couch, you can just rest in your chair. And then we let everything that we just did just sink into our body, into our system with a little relaxation. And we set the intention to stay awake during that relaxation and present. And then we breathe in and hold our body and make any muscle tense inside of it. Hold that tension, and just let everything go. Relax your body. Let a wave of relaxation flow down from the tip of your head, down to the tip of your fingers, down to the tip of your toes. Relaxing your toes even deeper, your feet even deeper. Letting everything sink in what we just moved on energy. Let your ankles relax. Your thighs, your knees. Go in your own tempo. Relaxing everything from toes up to the knees and the upper legs, up to the hip. Relaxing the legs completely. Letting the wave of relaxation flow into your fingers, into your hands, your wrists, lower arms up to your elbows, in your own speed, relaxing them. Relaxing the upper arms up to the shoulders. Fingers, hands, and arms are relaxed. Calming down. Relaxing your hip, your buttocks, your lower belly, your lower back, all of your belly, all of your lower back. Relaxing your digestive system, your kidneys, everything that works unseen inside of you. Relaxing your chest, relaxing your upper back, calming your heart, calming your lungs. Relaxation flowing up into your shoulders and neck. Relaxing your entire torso. And then your spine relaxes from the root of your spine. Relaxation flows up your spine from your lower back to your upper back, into your neck, up into your head. Relaxing your face, your mouth, your nose, your ears, your eyelids relax. Your face relaxes to the tip of your head, up to your crown. Your entire body is relaxed. Entire skin relaxes. The energy around your body relaxes. Your emotional all come down. Your thoughts all relax. And your spirit comes down as well. In a total state of relaxation. Relaxed, calm. Start wiggling your toes, your fingers coming back. If your body needs a stretch, give your body a stretch. If you lie it down, roll slowly over your right side back here. And then come back into a seated position in front of your computer. Bring your hands to your heart. And we're closing this little practice with an Om together. If you want to unmute yourself with that Om, you can unmute yourself. Otherwise, we're all going to hear mine. And we take a deep breath in and out and in and Om. Saying thank you to Mother Earth for holding us. Saying thank you for Father the sky and the universe, all the vastness. Thanking our heart for dancing in between those worlds. And thank you all.